I'll just let them sit here in this
And then there was another brother beside your father in Canada.
Joe and Nick.
Joe, I didn't know Joe, I never heard of him.
Joe came back here, and I have a cousin in Mullingar, and she told me that Joe was buried with her father Jim down, where is it, Con?
Oh, who's the cousin in Mullingar? Anne?
Gwen.
Gwen.
No. Whose child is she?
She was
Jim's.
Oh, Jim, I didn't ever heard of Gwen. Oh, he married again, second.
Yes,
you're right.
exactly.
And he lived in North County Dublin.
Yes.
Probably, exactly.
Yeah, and Oliver lived up there, I think, was it?
Oh, see, we didn't know that.
I didn't really
One
know.
of them lived in North County Dublin, and or out Swords or Rush or somewhere like that, you know, where there would have been a lot of horticultural work and that, you know.
Yeah.
And he used to come down, and I think he had a Volkswagen car, and I think he'd no family.
Yeah.
And he used to visit Bridgie out in Martinstown, Bridgie Keoghan, who was Mrs. Maguire, whose daughter lives in that house now and is Mrs. Daly.
Okay. Yeah.
And in the course of conversation, Sheila has got 2 sets of twins, and they're grown up now. And I was talking to Bridget. I used to be friendly with her, because my children were friendly with her husband, Paddy Maguire. They used to be always tricking with him, calling him Bobby, and he'd be, and they still talk about him. Because he used to drink in the pub next door, and they'd be just chatting, and they'd come in the Sunday night, and he'd sit on the windowsill out there, and it was homely, and the neighbours came in together in summer weather.
Yeah.
But that Oliver used to come down. I think he was Oliver anyway.
Yeah,
he used to come down from Dublin.
Yeah.
And he'd often call into my father in the shop too, and he'd have a chat. Yeah. But he'd have a drink. I think he was a pretty sensible chap. Yeah. And he'd bring Paddy Maguire into the town, for a drink.
Yeah.
He'd come down in the summertime a few times in the year, and he'd go out to Bridgie.
Yeah.
He seemed to get on well with her.
Yeah.
And I was in the course of conversation anyway when the twins were born, Sheila's twins were born. I asked, where did you get the twins from, or where, like, have you got twins? Oh, she said, my grandmother Keoghan had twins, and they went to America. This was now, this would be, I suppose, the siblings of your grandfather.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, this lady and her husband came to me one day, about 3 or 4 years ago. They met somebody around the church, and they came down. He was a big man. They were going back, like, they didn't have much time. I sent them up to the cemetery. Now, whether they found the grave or not, I don't know, because I think I was going somewhere the same day.
Sure, yeah.
And they told me that she started talking anyway, and she didn't know much. And then she said that there were twins. Oh, I said, of course I know who you are, because I said, your cousin Bridgie said that her grandmother had twins. And they were, the twins must have gone to Indiana. Maybe went somewhere else first, and then in Indiana.
Yeah.
And I gathered from this girl, whoever she, I can't remember her name now. I might have it somewhere, but I know, I reckon that she was divorced or something, and that this was her second husband.
Yeah, okay.
And they were staying somewhere over around Navan or that,
Okay, yeah.
And they didn't know much about that boy.
Yeah, okay. See,
it's sort of funny when the twins came out again, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. See, my dad's Jerry. My dad went over to Canada back, I'm thinking about 56 or so, with his brother Joe and Nick.
Yeah.
And my dad only came back once, I think in 85.
Where did he come to? To Ireland?
He came to Ireland here.
Where did he stay?
We probably stayed with Jim. I think it was.
Well, Jim, that'd be in Dublin, wouldn't it?
Yeah, either Jim or Cork. I'm not too sure. My dad didn't say much, And I think Gwen, my cousin in Mullingar, met him because he came over with his brother Nick.
She must be Jim's second family.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, because there was a boy, Anne. There was a girl, Anne. I remember her.
Yeah. And
she was red-haired, and her mother was a Connell. And that woman died, I don't know what happened to her. Yeah. She died young enough, and there was a little boy, and that boy had something wrong with him. Okay. And I remember he went to Cool Hospital, which was an orthopaedic children's hospital down in Westmeath. It's closed now, but it would have been full of kids in those years. Yeah. He probably got TB in a bone or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened to those children now.
Yeah.
I know that they went to live, the father brought them to Dublin, and he must have gone up there because maybe Oliver was up there already or something. Yeah. And they moved out, and they got I don't know whether he owned the house in Martinstown or not. It's out there still, very much so. But it was an old house then. When they left the town, I don't really remember them living in the town. Yeah. But I remember that I knew they did live up there. And they moved out then to Martinstown, and there was an old thatched house out there. It would have been your grandfather's birthplace.
Really? In Martinstown?
I think so, yeah. The house is gone now, but I can remember going out on a bicycle as a child. Yeah. To tell Kit, Christopher, that my father wanted him. He was going to dig potatoes for him or something.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And he would come in, like, and my mother would have fed him and that kind of thing. He was a quiet sort of it.
Yeah.
He died in hospital in Mullingar afterwards.
Did he die young?
He wasn't that old, really.
No, I think he's the first one that died. Did he?
Oh no, there was a boy died young. Was there a Peter?
Yeah,
Yes.
Peter
My neighbour John Brown is dead now. That's quite a pity for you because he would have known every one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's dead a few years. He was nearly 90.
Yeah, Peter died in 1948, it said.
Oh, I don't remember that now. Is he
Oh, no, that was, sorry. Wait.
No, that's the father. That's the grandfather.
1937. Peter died.
Yeah, I think he had something wrong with his leg or something.
Yes, he did. I don't know.
I wouldn't have known him now.
My dad mentioned about it. My dad mentioned that one of his brothers, I think it was him, that used to work in the lumber yard, and he cut his leg.
Oh, he got it maybe in the sawmill down there.
Yeah.
And Jim worked in the sawmill down there, and he lost fingers.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.